Hello there, and welcome to the Sleepy Science Story. Tonight, we're entering a world that moves without footsteps and speaks without sound, a hidden network beneath forests, inside our food, and drifting through the air you breathe. It links trees across miles of soil, glows softly in the dark, and shapes life while remaining almost invisible. Some forms can heal, some can poison. Most have been quietly working for millions of years, unseen and unthanked. So tonight, slow down and step into the silent kingdom that has been running the planet all along. But for now, let's begin at the roots. Mushrooms may look like plants, rising quietly from soil and wood, yet biologically they belong much closer to us than to trees. This often comes as a surprise. At the deepest genetic level, fungi share a lineage with animals, not plants, branching from a common ancestor long before forests ever formed. Like humans, they take in oxygen and release carbon dioxide. Their cells are built differently too, not from plant cellulose, but from chitin, a strong material also found in insect shells and crab claws. This unusual connection places fungi on a hidden limb of life's family tree, one we rarely notice. A woodland may appear full of plants, but woven among them is a quiet presence more closely related to walking, swimming, breathing creatures than to grass or leaves. Once you realize this, the forest floor no longer feels quite so familiar. And then there is their light. In certain forests, after sunset, the ground itself seems to glow. Small clusters of mushrooms emit a soft green or blue shimmer, like distant stars fallen into the moss. This natural glow, known as bioluminescence, is not reflected light, but created from within, a chemical reaction that produces a gentle radiance in the dark. It turns decay into beauty and silence into spectacle, a reminder that even in the stillest places, life is quietly shining. Beneath your feet, an even greater marvel lies hidden. A single fungal network can stretch for miles underground, far beyond the mushrooms we see above. These visible caps are merely the tips of a vast organism called mycelium, composed of delicate, thread-like filaments weaving through soil, curling around roots, stones, and fallen leaves. In some forests, a single mycelial network spans hills and valleys, silently linking thousands of trees in an invisible web. This hidden architecture shapes the forest from below, orchestrating life in ways we are only beginning to understand. Picture a vast web of life, invisible yet vibrant, silently weaving beneath the forest floor. Through these networks, fungi recycle nutrients, channel water, and even enable plants to exchange resources. It is as if the earth itself pulses with hidden veins, carrying life in ways we cannot see. A simple walk across a meadow might unknowingly place you atop a single, sprawling organism, ancient, quiet, and all-encompassing. The largest living organism on our planet is indeed a mushroom. Hidden beneath the forests of Oregon's Blue Mountains lies a wonder, the honey fungus, Armillaria ostoyae. To the eye, the forest appears ordinary, pine trees, streams, and meadows, yet beneath the soil stretches a single mycelial network covering nearly 4 square miles, likely thousands of years old. Every mushroom emerging above ground is but a tiny fragment of this colossal being. In sheer mass, it outweighs the largest blue whale many times over, and its silent longevity dwarfs most human civilizations.
When scientists uncovered its true extent, they realized the forest was not a collection of separate organisms, but one vast, ancient entity, breathing and thriving beneath their feet.
Mushrooms also communicate in ways that seem almost uncanny. Lacking brains or nerves, they transmit pulses of information along mycelial threads, tiny electrical impulses reminiscent of neuronal activity. Researchers have noted patterns in these pulses that hint at meaning, perhaps conveying warnings, sharing resources, or signaling environmental changes. In essence, the forest holds its own underground internet, with fungi as the silent couriers linking trees together. Sugar, water, and signals pass quietly, a reminder that intelligence and communication take forms far stranger than we imagine. Some fungi even defy the limits of our planet. When scientists sent spores into space, many not only survived the vacuum, but endured intense radiation and extreme cold, floating unaided outside spacecraft for weeks. Their resilience hints at a life so adaptable, so enduring, that it challenges our understanding of survival itself. When brought back to Earth, many spores remained alive, ready to grow anew. This extraordinary resilience makes fungi compelling subjects for astrobiology, the study of life beyond our planet. If mushroom spores can endure the vacuum of space, it suggests life could, in theory, travel between worlds, hitching rides on meteorites or cosmic dust. This concept, known as panspermia, finds tangible proof in these humble forest dwellers. Imagine a mushroom, often overlooked among leaves and soil, carrying the spark of life across galaxies, waiting for the right place to bloom again. Mushrooms are no strangers to extreme environments here on Earth either. After the Chernobyl disaster in 1986, scientists exploring the ruined reactor discovered thriving fungal colonies. Certain species, like Cryptococcus neoformans, not only survived intense radiation, but appeared to grow toward it. These fungi contain melanin, the same pigment in human skin, which may allow them to convert radiation into chemical energy, almost like photosynthesis using radioactivity instead of sunlight. In the darkest, most hostile corners of our planet, mushrooms have found a way not just to survive, but to flourish. This resilience hints at future possibilities, cleaning nuclear waste, shielding astronauts from cosmic radiation, or thriving in environments we once thought uninhabitable. Some fungi are even helping to heal the planet in quieter yet profound ways. Certain species can break down materials that normally linger for centuries, plastics, oil, and other toxic waste. In 2011, a fungus discovered in the Amazon rainforest was found capable of digesting polyurethane, one of the most stubborn plastics known. Others have been used to degrade oil spills, transforming pollutants into harmless matter. Imagine landfills shrinking not through machines, but through patient fungal colonies quietly feasting away. Nature may already possess the tools to repair itself, if only we observe and learn. But amidst this wonder lies danger. Some mushrooms carry toxins so potent that a single bite can be fatal. The death cap, Amanita phalloides, is one of the deadliest, its poison silently destroying the liver and kidneys, while symptoms often remain hidden until it is too late. Its unassuming pale green appearance can easily deceive the unwary. Throughout history, these deadly fungi have claimed lives from peasants to kings, a chilling reminder that even the most ordinary forest floor may conceal extraordinary perils. In the fungal world, the line between nourishment and danger is thin,
often invisible to the eye. Yet within this peril lies fascination. How a delicate-looking mushroom can carry enough chemistry to end a human life reminds us that nature, beautiful as it is, demands respect. Not all mushrooms bring threat. Some offer remarkable culinary delight. Certain species taste uncannily like meat or seafood. The lobster mushroom, with its vivid reddish-orange hue, recalls the sweetness of shellfish. Chicken of the woods, tearing into layered chunks, mirrors the texture and flavor of its namesake. Long before plant-based diets became widespread, foragers cherished these fungi as natural alternatives to meat. To bite into one is to encounter the astonishing versatility of mushrooms, life silently growing from bark or soil, yet offering flavors borrowed from the animal kingdom, all while remaining firmly rooted in their mysterious realm. For millennia, mushrooms have also held spiritual significance. Ancient cultures revered them in rituals, seeing their sudden emergence as a bridge between the ordinary and the extraordinary. In Siberia, shamans used the iconic red and white Amanita muscaria to enter trance states. Across Mesoamerica, the Aztecs called sacred mushrooms Teonanacat, or flesh of the gods, employing them to commune with the divine. Even cave paintings in Spain, over 6,000 years old, depict figures holding mushrooms. These fungi were more than food. They were gateways to visions, altered states, and spiritual journeys, reminders that the natural world often carries messages beyond our everyday perception.
Some mushrooms take this influence even further, into the realm of the uncanny. The parasitic cordyceps fungi infect insects in a remarkable, almost cinematic process. A spore lands on an ant, spreading within its body and ultimately manipulating the creature's behavior. The ant climbs to the perfect height, freezes in place, and becomes a platform for the fungus. From its body sprouts a stalk that releases spores ready to continue the cycle. It is a chilling reminder that even the smallest organisms can be enmeshed in a web of life controlled by forces we are only beginning to understand. The macabre life of cordyceps has earned it the nickname zombie fungus. Though eerie, it is a testament to how fungi evolve astonishing, if unsettling, strategies to survive. Beneath the forest floor, entire dramas unfold in silence, where insects may unknowingly become pawns in a mushroom's intricate play. Fungi have also reshaped entire populations of vertebrates. In the late 20th century, scientists observed alarming declines in frogs, salamanders, and toads worldwide. The culprit was a fungus known as Batrachithium dendrobates, or BD. Infecting the skin, BD disrupts amphibians' ability to breathe and maintain moisture, critical functions for their survival. Entire populations vanished seemingly overnight, marking BD as one of the most devastating pathogens in recorded history. This invisible microscopic organism reminded humanity that fungi are not only helpers and recyclers, but sometimes formidable destroyers, silently altering ecosystems on a global scale. Conservationists continue to fight against BD, developing treatments and breeding programs to save vulnerable species. Yet fungi are also omnipresent in ways most of us never notice. Every breath carries countless mushroom spores drifting through cities, forests, and oceans. Billions swirl invisibly around us at any moment, some riding raindrops, others lifted high on the wind. Scientists estimate that each cubic meter of outdoor air contains thousands of spores, so tiny they can even ascend into clouds, floating in the stratosphere. These spores are built to endure,
protective coatings shield them from ultraviolet light, desiccation, and radiation, allowing journeys across continents or even oceans for weeks at a time. In effect, each breath connects us to distant forests and fungi, linking our lungs to ecosystems we may never see. Experiments in space have shown that many spores can survive the harsh vacuum and radiation beyond Earth. Some persisted for weeks, floating outside spacecraft or clinging to satellites. This resilience fuels the idea of panspermia, that life itself might travel between planets, carried on spores or microscopic organisms. When a mushroom releases a cloud of spores, you are witnessing a survival strategy so efficient it may extend beyond our world. These tiny explorers endure extremes unimaginable to most life forms, waiting for the next patch of soil to call home. Fungi are not limited to soil and air. Even stone, often considered eternal, succumbs over time to the quiet, persistent work of mushrooms. Slowly, patiently, they break down rock, contributing to soil formation and reshaping landscapes in ways that unfold over centuries. Life, it seems, finds a way even in the hardest, most unyielding places. Some fungi, particularly lichens, partnerships between fungi and algae, secrete acids capable of slowly dissolving minerals, gradually turning stone into soil. Over centuries, this patient process transforms cliffs, mountains, and boulders into fertile ground where plants can take root. Without these quiet engineers of the earth, forests and grasslands might never have emerged. In this sense, fungi are among the earliest gardeners of the planet, preparing the stage for all green life that followed. Even today, on weathered tombstones or ancient ruins, small patches of fungi trace intricate patterns into stone, their work unfolding over lifetimes rather than days, a silent testament to persistence. Step into a meadow after rain, and you may notice perfectly circular arrangements of mushrooms, fairy rings. Formed as a single fungus spreads underground in all directions, the mushrooms above mark the advancing edge of the mycelium. Over time, the circles widen, sometimes growing year by year. Folklore imbued these rings with magic, imagining them as traces of fairies dancing or portals to other realms. Science now reveals the natural explanation, yet the sense of wonder endures. To witness a fairy ring is to see geometry alive in the grass, a living circle drawn by unseen threads, connecting the ordinary meadow with something timeless and secret. Mushrooms can also appear overnight, seemingly conjured from the soil. One day the ground is bare, the next clusters of fungi rise as if by magic. In truth, this rapid emergence is the result of invisible mycelial preparation. Energy stored in the mycelium surges upward when conditions, moisture, temperature, and rainfall are just right. Watching mushrooms unfold is like witnessing a time-lapse miracle, the culmination of patient work hidden beneath our feet.
Beyond their beauty and speed, fungi have been artists of color for centuries. Before synthetic dyes, people discovered that mushrooms could produce vibrant hues for cloth. Species such as Phamatopsis panicula could yield brilliant golds and oranges, while lichens provided delicate pinks and purples. Boiling wool or silk with these fungi releases pigments that bind naturally to fibers, creating colors that shift subtly in light. Wearing mushroom-dyed clothing meant carrying a piece of the forest, its living palette woven into fabric. Even today, artisans, beyond their beauty and speed, fungi have been artists of color for centuries. Before synthetic dyes, people discovered that mushrooms could produce vibrant hues for cloth. Species such as Phamatopsis panicula could yield brilliant golds and oranges, while lichens provided delicate pinks and purples. Boiling wool or silk with these fungi releases pigments that bind naturally to fibers, creating colors that shift subtly in light. Wearing mushroom-dyed clothing meant carrying a piece of the forest, its living palette woven into fabric. Even today, artisans continue this tradition, celebrating fungi not only as food or medicine, but as secret painters of the natural world. Fungi are not always passive decomposers. Some are cunning hunters. Certain soil-dwelling species trap microscopic worms called nematodes using intricate snares. Sticky threads catch the unwary, or lasso-shaped rings tighten when touched. Once ensnared, the fungus pierces the nematode, absorbing nutrients to fuel its growth. Imagining a mushroom stalking its prey underground challenges our assumptions. These are not merely passive organisms, but clever survivors, capable of hunting without eyes, movement, or sound. Beneath our feet, entire unseen battlefields unfold as fungi and microscopic creatures vie for survival. Each tiny victory feeds the patient expansion of the fungal kingdom, silently shaping life beneath the soil. Despite their delicate appearance, mushrooms can rival steel in strength. Mycelial threads weave dense, interlocking networks capable of extraordinary resilience. Tests reveal that certain mycelium composites are stronger than steel by weight, yet remain lightweight and biodegradable. Designers now draw inspiration from this architecture, creating mushroom-based bricks, insulation, and furniture that are fire-resistant, durable, and fully compostable. What looks like a fragile toadstool in a forest can, in effect, inspire structures robust enough to support homes. Mushrooms remind us that resilience is often quiet, woven thread by thread into networks that seem humble yet conceal extraordinary strength. Fungi were among the earliest pioneers on land. Long before trees reached for the sky, fungi had already colonized the shores of ancient Earth. Fossils reveal that over 1 billion years ago, fungi began breaking down rock into soil, paving the way for plants. Some scientists believe enormous fungal towers, known as prototoxites, once soared over 20 feet high, dominating landscapes long before forests or grasslands existed. These towering pioneers quietly shaped the world with patience and persistence, making life on land possible. At the opposite end of the spectrum, some mushrooms are almost impossibly small, no larger than the head of a pin. Tiny and delicate, they flourish on decaying leaves and twigs, invisible to most eyes, yet performing the same essential work as their larger cousins, decomposing matter and releasing spores. Others grow to astonishing proportions. Giant puffball mushrooms can swell to the size of a beach ball, sometimes weighing over 20 pounds, releasing trillions of spores in a smoky cloud. In tropical forests, massive bracket fungi cling to tree trunks like natural shelves, wide enough to sit upon. These giants, inspiring awe in folklore, remind us that mushrooms span a kingdom of extremes, from the nearly invisible to the monumental. Truffles, the prized underground mushrooms, communicate through scent. Their musky, earthy aroma contains compounds akin to pheromones, irresistible to pigs, dogs, and even humans. Animals digging them up unknowingly aid spore dispersal, allowing truffles to flourish despite remaining buried. Humans have long treasured their intoxicating scent and flavor, making them among the most expensive foods in the world. Deep
In the forest, mushrooms act as translators for trees. Mycorrhizal fungi link roots through networks of mycelium, enabling trees to share sugars, water, and chemical signals. Sunlit trees can feed their shaded neighbors. Dying trees can pass on resources, leaving a legacy beneath the soil. This wood wide web binds entire forests into one interdependent community, connecting old and young trees alike, transforming individual trees into a cooperative organism. Beneath trunks and leaves, the fungal kingdom weaves a network as complex as our own neural systems, sustaining the hidden unity of the forest. Fungi also play a quiet yet vital role in stabilizing Earth's climate. By moving carbon from the atmosphere into underground mycelial networks, they lock it away for centuries. This natural storage system helps prevent excessive greenhouse gases from overheating the planet, making fungi some of the planet's most unassuming yet indispensable climate allies. Forests owe much of their carbon-storing power to the quiet work of fungi. By regulating the release of carbon during decomposition, fungi help keep nutrients flowing and carbon safely locked in the soil. In an age dominated by climate concerns, the humble mushroom may be one of Earth's most effective guardians, working silently beneath the forest floor to maintain balance in the global cycle.
Some mushrooms thrive in unlikely places, even animal dung. Species like Coprinopsis, the inky caps, sprout directly from manure, turning waste into fertile soil. These fungi take advantage of the nutrients already processed by an animal's digestive system, completing the cycle of life. Some can even launch their spores with surprising force, ensuring they land on fresh grass where grazing animals may continue the cycle. In the fungal world, nothing is wasted. Even what seems unpleasant to us becomes opportunity. Other mushrooms wait patiently for destruction before emerging. Pyrophilous fungi, lovers of fire, lie dormant until flames sweep through a forest, clearing vegetation and leaving ash-rich soil. Then, like a signal from the earth, mushrooms such as morels surge forth, prized for their honeycombed caps and earthy flavor. Beyond human fascination, these fire-adapted fungi play a vital ecological role, recycling nutrients rapidly and preparing the ground for new growth. In the aftermath of devastation, mushrooms rise, transforming loss into the seeds of renewal. Long before modern medicine, fungi were already master chemists. Many species produce natural antibiotics, protecting themselves from bacteria and microbes. Penicillin, the first widely used antibiotic, was famously discovered in a mold, a close relative of mushrooms. Even today, scientists study mushroom compounds for potential treatments. In the forest, these chemicals ensure survival. For humans, they remind us that solutions often lie quietly in nature, waiting to be noticed. Each mushroom on a log or forest floor can be thought of as a tiny laboratory, crafting chemicals for both its survival and perhaps our own. Fungi have also shaped human culture in profound ways. Yeast, a single-celled cousin of mushrooms, transforms sugars into alcohol and carbon dioxide, making bread rise and beer or champagne bubble. Without fungi, kitchens and celebrations would look entirely different. No warm loaves, no sparkling drinks. Archaeological evidence shows fermentation has been part of human civilization for thousands of years. Every loaf of bread, every sip of wine carries the quiet work of fungi, billions of cells turning sweetness into sustenance, invisible yet essential. Some mushrooms take on a more eerie appearance. In forests, the bleeding tooth fungus, Hydnellum pecki, exudes bright red droplets across its cap. Though it looks as if the mushroom is bleeding, the liquid is a sap-like exudate rich in pigments and compounds, possibly helping the fungus manage moisture or fend off microbes. In encountering these fungi, we glimpse nature's uncanny creativity, survival strategies that are strange, beautiful, and entirely their own. Other fungi rely on repulsion rather than attraction. Stinkhorns, for example, emit a stench reminiscent of rotting flesh. This foul aroma draws flies and beetles, which unwittingly carry the mushroom's spores elsewhere. Ingenious, relentless, and sometimes revolting, fungi employ every tactic to endure, reproduce, and thrive. A reminder that survival in nature often follows rules we can barely imagine. To humans, some mushrooms can be overpowering. Stinkhorns, for instance, emit a stench reminiscent of decaying flesh, yet this is no accident. These fungi cleverly manipulate insects, luring them to carry spores far and wide. In various cultures, their sudden appearance and foul aroma became entwined with superstition, seen as omens or spirits. In reality, it is simply survival through ingenuity, a reminder that the forest holds strategies beyond our imagination.
Beneath the soil, mycelium constructs something akin to subterranean cities. These networks are far from random threads. They form layered, intricate architectures. Highways of hyphae branch and reconnect, channeling nutrients efficiently. Some areas function like marketplaces, exchanging resources with plant partners, while others store reserves for lean times. Advanced imaging reveals their remarkable efficiency, rivaling human-designed infrastructure. While we build roads and skyscrapers above ground, fungi quietly weave hidden cities below, a metropolis of threads, glowing softly with life. Mushrooms can also astonish with their visual and aromatic surprises. Certain species, like the blue-staining bolete, shift color when touched, turning vivid cobalt blue through chemical reactions with oxygen. Others captivate with scent. The Cantarella cinnaberinus, for example, carries the sweet aroma of maple syrup, while species of agaricus or rustula evoke coconut, almonds, or even marzipan. These fragrances serve purposes in nature, attracting animals or deterring competitors, yet to humans, they're little forest miracles, fleeting glimpses of chemistry at work. Some mushrooms are nutritional powerhouses. Exposed to sunlight, they produce vitamin D, much like humans do. Ultraviolet rays trigger compounds within the fungus to convert into this essential nutrient, supporting bone health, immunity, and mood. Sun-drenched mushrooms are not just food, they are bridges between light, soil, and life, carrying the energy of the sun into our bodies. Yet, beauty can conceal danger. Some fungi combine toxicity with spectacle. Bioluminescent species glow softly in green or blue, a chemical radiance born of luciferin and luciferase reactions. These luminous mushrooms may deter predators, attract insects, or signal to other organisms. Encountering them at night is enchanting and unsettling, life turning defense into light.
Among the deadliest is the death cap, Amanita phalloides. Its pale green cap and white stalk appear ordinary, yet within lies amatoxin, capable of killing an adult with just a fraction of a cap. Symptoms can be delayed for hours, masking the danger until it is almost too late. No antidote exists. Treatment is supportive, sometimes requiring liver transplants. The death cap is a stark reminder that the forest's beauty often coexists with lethal chemistry. Mushrooms have also saved countless human lives. In the 19th century, cholera swept across continents. An unassuming fungus related to penicillin-producing molds was found to inhibit the bacterium responsible, offering early proof of fungi's medicinal potential. This quiet intervention foreshadowed the antibiotic revolution, demonstrating that the unassuming fungal kingdom holds compounds capable of changing human history. Fungi are not just survivors, they are memory keepers. Experiments show that fungal networks can remember past conditions. When exposed to changes in moisture, temperature, or nutrients, mycelium adjusts more efficiently if those conditions recur. This biological recall is not conscious thought, but it is a form of memory, etched into the threads themselves. Walking through a forest, you move across a landscape alive not only with growth, but with recollection. Soil and fungi remembering storms, droughts, and cycles of fire, quietly adjusting for the survival of all. Some mushrooms defy the harshest cold. Even when frozen solid, certain species can awaken once temperatures rise, their cells protected by natural antifreeze compounds. Others push their caps through frost and snow, continuing to fruit where most plants would fail. These resilient fungi colonize tundras, alpine slopes, and icy forests. Each mushroom emerging from snow is life asserting itself against the freeze, a testament to persistence in extreme conditions. For millennia, humans have turned to mushrooms for healing. In traditional Chinese medicine, reishi is known as the mushroom of immortality, revered for longevity and vitality. Shiitake once graced the tables of Japanese nobility, and indigenous cultures worldwide crafted teas and poultices from local fungi to treat wounds, fevers, and fatigue. Modern research now confirms many of these benefits: immune support, anti-inflammatory properties, and even compounds that may fight cancer. Each cup of mushroom tea carries a legacy of human curiosity, care, and reverence, stretching back thousands of years. Some fungi may even help repair the brain. The lion's mane mushroom, with its cascading icicle-like spines, contains compounds that stimulate nerve cell growth. These molecules encourage production of nerve growth factor, crucial for maintaining and repairing neurons. Traditional Asian medicine long valued lion's mane as a brain tonic, and now modern science uncovers why. A soft white fungus may hold the key to healing the most intricate networks of the human mind, a silent forest pharmacy. Mushrooms also have a flair for spectacle. Puffballs, when mature, release millions of spores in a sudden smoky burst triggered by raindrops, footsteps, or touch. This tiny cloud is life in motion, drifting into the wind to colonize new soil. Children and foragers alike marvel at the ephemeral fireworks, but beyond delight, it is a highly effective survival strategy, ensuring the next generation flourishes. Fungi are the ultimate recyclers. When autumn leaves carpet the forest floor, they begin their patient work. Enzymes break down cellulose and lignin, slowly converting fallen leaves, branches, and even bones into nutrient-rich soil. Without fungi, the forest would choke under its own debris. They are the silent caretakers, transforming death into life, ensuring every seedling, flower, and blade of grass has a chance to grow. The forest's cycles of renewal depend on their quiet diligence. Some mushrooms remain hidden until nightfall. By day, they blend seamlessly with bark, leaves, and soil. But as darkness falls, bioluminescent fungi emerge, glowing in green, blue, or yellow like lanterns in a hidden world. Their light, produced through delicate chemical reactions, draws inspiration from fireflies.
Some species glow only at night, conserving energy during the day, creating ghostly lamps that guided travelers, inspired myths, and stirred wonder for centuries. In the quiet forest after dusk, these luminous fungi illuminate not just the soil, but the imagination. Even today, bioluminescent fungi continue to enchant, switching on their forest lanterns only when the stars appear. Among their most remarkable achievements are lichens, living partnerships between fungi and algae. Here, the fungus provides structure, protection, and moisture, while the algae supply nourishment through photosynthesis. Together, they create resilient life capable of thriving in deserts, Arctic tundras, cliffs, and even the vacuum of space. Each lichen is a quiet story of cooperation, proving survival often comes from partnership rather than competition, and painting the world with vibrant patches of green, yellow, and orange. Not all mushrooms are meant to be eaten raw. Some, like morels, harbor mild toxins neutralized only with heat, while shiitake reveal richer flavors and nutrients when cooked. Fire unlocks their chemistry, transforming potential harm into nourishment. Other mushrooms employ bitterness as a defense. Species like the bitter bolete resemble edible relatives, but deliver a taste so acrid it deters predators. In the fungal world, flavor becomes survival, a subtle conversation between species that determines who eats and who is left alone.
Fungi also manipulate perception. Hallucinogenic mushrooms producing compounds such as psilocybin can profoundly alter human consciousness, creating visions, distortions of time, and a sense of connection beyond the self. For millennia, humans have used these fungi in sacred rituals to explore the divine. Today, researchers are rediscovering their potential for treating depression, anxiety, and addiction, revealing that some mushrooms can literally rewire the human mind. Ancient cave paintings hint at our long relationship with fungi. In Spain and Algeria, prehistoric art depicts figures holding objects resembling mushrooms, dancing and surrounded by patterns evocative of hallucinatory visions. While certainty eludes us, these images suggest that humans may have been exploring fungal states of mind tens of thousands of years ago, intertwining survival, ritual, and imagination. Modern humans are also harnessing fungi as engineers. Mycelium can be grown into biodegradable packaging, replacing polystyrene with a lightweight, durable material that composts harmlessly. Certain fungal composites resist fire naturally, promising safer insulation, furniture, and building materials. Leather can be grown from fungal networks, creating supple, durable, and fully biodegradable alternatives to animal hides. Some fungi produce antifreeze-like compounds, surviving frozen winters and offering potential models for crop protection and de-icing. Others extract minerals from rock, slowly transforming stone into fertile soil over centuries. Extraordinary adaptations even allow fungi to thrive in radiation-rich environments. At sites like Chernobyl, fungi containing melanin seem to convert radiation into energy, a process called radiosynthesis. These discoveries suggest possibilities for bioremediation and even protecting astronauts from cosmic radiation. Fungi have been foundational to life on land. When the first green plants moved from ocean to land, they partnered with fungi to extract nutrients from bare rock, creating thin soils that allowed forests and grasslands to emerge. Every tree, meadow, and blade of grass carries this ancient legacy. Their reach extends into the oceans as well.
Marine fungi entwine with coral reefs, stabilizing ecosystems and protecting corals, a reminder that the fungal kingdom is not limited to soil, but weaves unseen threads through the very fabric of life on Earth. If corals are the architects of reefs, fungi may be their caretakers, helping them endure. Even beneath the waves, mushrooms and their kin remind us that life is never solitary. It is always built upon partnerships. Fungi are masters of flexibility. They can reproduce asexually, releasing vast numbers of spores to rapidly colonize soil and air. Yet they also reproduce sexually, exchanging genetic material to create variation, adaptability, and resilience. Some species even switch between methods depending on the circumstances, combining speed with long-term survival. Each mushroom you see may be the result of a cloning lineage or a complex genetic mix, a visible testament to nature's versatility. In the fungal kingdom, diversity reaches astonishing extremes. Some species, like the split-gill mushroom, possess tens of thousands of mating types. These are not genders in the human sense, but compatibility codes written into DNA, ensuring that nearly any two individuals can mate successfully. In doing so, fungi prevent inbreeding and generate staggering genetic variety. Where humans imagine gender as binary, fungi exploded into tens of thousands of possibilities. Diversity is not an exception, it is the rule, woven into their very being. A single puffball can release trillions of spores in one breathtaking moment. When mature, its spherical body becomes a powdery storm, waiting for a raindrop, a twig, or a gentle touch to trigger the eruption. What seems like a puff of dust is actually a microscopic army, each spore carrying the potential to become a new colony. Most will fall on barren ground or drift to places they cannot grow, but a few will find the perfect conditions, continuing the lineage. Watching a puffball release its spores is like seeing the forest exhale, a fleeting moment where invisibility becomes tangible and possibility scatters into the wind. Fungal spores do not stay confined to forests. They rise on air currents, drifting over cities, mingling with dust, pollen, and the breath of millions of people. Some spores are carried high into clouds, falling later with raindrops on distant landscapes. Every breath we take contains traces of distant forests, gardens, and soils. Even amidst concrete and steel, we remain connected to these hidden networks. The air itself becomes a bridge, carrying fungal messengers between wild ecosystems and urban life. The next time you walk down a busy street, remember the fungal kingdom is always with you, invisibly linking your breath to life across the planet.
Fungi also manipulate perception. Hallucinogenic mushrooms, producing compounds such as psilocybin, can profoundly alter human consciousness, creating visions, distortions of time, and a sense of connection beyond the self. For millennia, humans have used these fungi in sacred rituals to explore the divine. Today, researchers are rediscovering their potential for treating depression, anxiety, and addiction, revealing that some mushrooms can literally rewire the human mind. Ancient cave paintings hint at our long relationship with fungi. In Spain and Algeria, prehistoric art depicts figures holding objects resembling mushrooms, dancing, and surrounded by patterns evocative of hallucinatory visions. While certainty eludes us, these images suggest that humans may have been exploring fungal states of mind tens of thousands of years ago, intertwining survival, ritual, and imagination. Modern humans are also harnessing fungi as engineers. Mycelium can be grown into biodegradable packaging, replacing polystyrene with a lightweight, durable material that composts harmlessly.
Certain fungal composites resist fire naturally, promising safer insulation, furniture, and building materials. Leather can be grown from fungal networks, creating supple, durable, and fully biodegradable alternatives to animal hides. Some fungi produce antifreeze-like compounds, surviving frozen winters and offering potential models for crop protection and de-icing. Others extract minerals from rock, slowly transforming stone into fertile soil over centuries. Extraordinary adaptations even allow fungi to thrive in radiation-rich environments. At sites like Chernobyl, fungi containing melanin seem to convert radiation into energy, a process called radiosynthesis. These discoveries suggest possibilities for bioremediation and even protecting astronauts from cosmic radiation. Fungi have been foundational to life on land. When the first green plants moved from ocean to land, they partnered with fungi to extract nutrients from bare rock, creating thin soils that allowed forests and grasslands to emerge. Every tree, meadow, and blade of grass carries this ancient legacy. Their reach extends into the oceans as well. Marine fungi entwine with coral reefs, stabilizing ecosystems and protecting corals, a reminder that the fungal kingdom is not limited to soil, but weaves unseen threads through the very fabric of life on Earth. If corals are the architects of reefs, fungi may be their caretakers, helping them endure. Even beneath the waves, mushrooms and their kin remind us that life is never solitary, it is always built upon partnerships. Fungi are masters of flexibility. They can reproduce asexually, releasing vast numbers of spores to rapidly colonize soil and air. Yet they also reproduce sexually, exchanging genetic material to create variation, adaptability, and resilience. Some species even switch between methods depending on the circumstances, combining speed with long-term survival. Each mushroom you see may be the result of a cloning lineage or a complex genetic mix, a visible testament to nature's versatility. In the fungal kingdom, diversity reaches astonishing extremes. Some species, like the split-gill mushroom, possess tens of thousands of mating types. These are not genders in the human sense, but compatibility codes written into DNA, ensuring that nearly any two individuals can mate successfully. In doing so, fungi prevent inbreeding and generate staggering genetic variety. Where humans imagine gender as binary, fungi exploded into tens of thousands of possibilities. Diversity is not an exception, it is the rule, woven into their very being. A single puffball can release trillions of spores in one breathtaking moment. When mature, its spherical body becomes a powdery storm, waiting for a raindrop, a twig, or a gentle touch to trigger the eruption. What seems like a puff of dust is actually a microscopic army, each spore carrying the potential to become a new colony. Most will fall on barren ground or drift to places they cannot grow, but a few will find the perfect conditions, continuing the lineage. Watching a puffball release its spores is like seeing the forest exhale, a fleeting moment where invisibility becomes tangible and possibility scatters into the wind. Fungal spores do not stay confined to forests. They rise on air currents, drifting over cities, mingling with dust, pollen, and the breath of millions of people. Some spores are carried high into clouds, falling later with raindrops on distant landscapes. Every breath we take contains traces of distant forests, gardens, and soils. Even amidst concrete and steel, we remain connected to these hidden networks. The air itself becomes a bridge, carrying fungal messengers between wild ecosystems and urban life. The next time you walk down a busy street, remember, the fungal kingdom is always with you, invisibly linking your breath to life across the planet. Mushrooms may influence global weather. Invisible though they are, spores can reach far beyond the forest floor, rising into the atmosphere where they act as seeds for water droplets. Around these microscopic particles, clouds form and rain may follow. In this way, fungi quietly participate in Earth's climate cycles. Forests may not only recycle nutrients underground, but also call rain from the sky, sending spores aloft to coax moisture into clouds. Imagine raindrops forming around spores released in a distant forest, falling days later across fields and rivers. Fungi blur the line between ground and sky, reminding us that life does not stop at borders. It flows upward, outward, and everywhere.
Certain fungi can absorb heavy metals. In soils poisoned by human activity, mushrooms step forward as silent healers. Their mycelial threads act like sponges, drawing in toxins such as lead, mercury, and cadmium, locking them safely inside their fruiting bodies. Though these mushrooms cannot be eaten, they transform poisoned landscapes into fertile ground. Imagine a ruined field, blackened with waste, suddenly sprouting white and brown fungal threads, quietly filtering danger from the soil. Nature's alchemists at work, showing that even the most damaged corners of the earth can begin to heal, one thread at a time. Mushrooms can clean up oil spills. When oil coats soil or water, it can linger for decades. But fungi can break down hydrocarbons, dismantling toxic molecules into harmless substances. Mycelium secretes enzymes that digest oil, turning black slicks into fertile soil where plants can thrive. In experiments, once barren oil-soaked land blooms again within weeks. Birds, insects, and life return, drawn by the transformation. Imagine an oil-soaked shore gradually turning green, not by machines or chemicals, but by threads of fungi spreading silently beneath the surface. In these quiet interventions, nature shows us its patience and intelligence. Some mushrooms taste like chocolate. While most fungi are earthy or savory, a few rare species surprise with sweetness reminiscent of cocoa. The flavors come from unique aromatic compounds, molecules that trick our tongues into sensing chocolate. Imagine walking through a damp forest, expecting only moss and soil, and catching a whiff of warm, sweet cocoa. For chefs and foragers, these fungi become a forest dessert, a reminder that mushrooms can astonish not only in shape and color, but in taste, echoing human comforts in the wild. Others glow green like lanterns. In tropical forests, certain mushrooms cast a ghostly green light that seems to float among leaves. Their bioluminescence, born of chemistry and evolution, illuminates the night in soft, otherworldly hues. To stumble upon one is to step into a secret world where mushrooms write their own light, proving that even in darkness, life has a way of shining. The glow of some mushrooms is born of chemistry, a delicate dance between luciferin and luciferase, the same reaction that makes fireflies shine. At night, the forest floor becomes dotted with tiny green lanterns, soft beacons illuminating the undergrowth. Scientists believe this light may help attract insects, carrying spores to new places. For centuries, travelers spoke of fairy fire and foxfire, mysterious lights flickering from rotting wood. Today, we know the source, mushrooms revealing their hidden radiance. Even in darkness, life has a way of shining, marking its passage and telling its story in quiet green whispers. Hundreds of millions of years ago, fungi were not small and fleeting, they were giants. Massive organisms called prototaxites towered over the land, reaching up to 30 feet high, taller than anything else alive at the time. Fossils suggest they looked like enormous tree trunks, yet they were neither trees nor plants. Imagine a primeval plain dotted with colossal fungal spires, standing solitary against barren horizons. These ancient guardians prepared the land for forests to come, breaking down rock, building soil, and shaping ecosystems. Today, mushrooms may appear delicate, but their ancestors once ruled the earth, the giants of a forgotten age. Some fungi can survive complete desiccation.
Water, the essence of life, is not always necessary for these remarkable organisms. Certain desert fungi and lichens can dry until they appear lifeless, yet awaken when moisture returns, continuing growth as if nothing had happened. Special sugars and protective proteins prevent their cells from collapsing during drought. They endure in deserts, rocky hilltops, and arid landscapes, places few organisms could survive. Scientists study them for clues about life on Mars or other dry worlds. Imagine a fragile thread of fungus, brittle and dormant for years, springing back to life at the first touch of rain. In their quiet patience, these fungi teach a lesson. Survival is sometimes about waiting perfectly still until the moment is right. Mushrooms have even ventured into space. Their resilience has made fungi subjects of cosmic experiments aboard spacecraft, where microgravity, radiation, and extreme conditions test life itself. To scientists' amazement, many fungi not only survived, they thrived. Some adapted, altering their chemistry in response to the alien environment. These discoveries hint at a future where fungi may recycle waste, produce food, or shield astronauts from radiation. Some spores might even survive interplanetary travel, drifting through the cosmos to seed new worlds. From Earth's forests to the void of space, fungi carry the quiet message that life finds a way, no matter the frontier. Whether or not they are truly cosmic pioneers, mushrooms in orbit remind us that life is astonishingly adaptable. A fungus that can sprout in the vacuum of space stretches our imagination, suggesting that Earth's hidden kingdom may one day reach the stars. Life, it seems, is never confined to what we consider possible. Beneath fields of wheat, corn, and rice, invisible allies quietly weave their influence. Mycorrhizal fungi, living in partnership with plant roots, shuttle nutrients, strengthen immunity, and shield crops from disease. They can outcompete harmful microbes, protect roots, and fortify plants against pathogens. Farmers are beginning to work with these ancient partners, reducing chemical sprays and letting fungi do what they have done for millions of years. Imagine a farm where resilience grows underground, spun from threads that are older than humanity itself. Agriculture becomes less a battle and more a conversation with nature, a collaboration with networks that quietly sustain life.
Fungi are more than caretakers, they are healers. Beyond antibiotics, they are chemical treasure troves. Compounds derived from fungi help lower cholesterol, suppress immune rejection in organ transplants, and even combat cancer. Lovastatin, a breakthrough in heart medicine, comes from a fungal source. Cyclosporin, vital for transplant patients, was discovered in soil fungi. Each cap, each thread of mycelium may hide a molecule that could one day save a life. For centuries, humans have relied on mushrooms in traditional medicine, yet modern science is only beginning to uncover the depth of their pharmacological powers. The story began with penicillin, the first antibiotic discovered in a mold. From that single chance encounter, the fungal kingdom revealed its quiet capacity to protect humanity from its deadliest foes. To walk through a forest, then, is to wander through a living pharmacy, where cures lie waiting, hidden beneath moss, bark, and the silent labor of fungi. Patiently guarding life in forms both small and extraordinary. In 1928, Alexander Fleming noticed something extraordinary. A mold, Penicillium notatum, had killed bacteria on a petri dish in his lab. That chance observation gave rise to penicillin, the first widely used antibiotic, which went on to save millions of lives during World War II and beyond. Though not a mushroom, Penicillium belongs to the same vast fungal kingdom, proving again how deeply fungi shape human history. A single mold, quietly growing in a forgotten dish, carried the power to rewrite medicine, transforming deadly infections into treatable conditions. Fungi, it seems, are not only recyclers of forests, but guardians of human survival in ways we scarcely imagine.
Fungi also make bread rise and wine sparkle. Every loaf swelling in the oven and every glass fizzing with effervescence owes its life to yeasts, single-celled cousins of mushrooms. These invisible organisms feast on sugars, exhaling carbon dioxide and alcohol. In dough, bubbles become trapped in a stretchy gluten network, swelling the loaf like a slow sunrise. In wine, the same breath transforms grapes into liquid celebration. A sourdough starter is a tiny ecosystem, wild and cultured yeasts living alongside friendly bacteria, each adjusting to temperature, flour, and time. Bakers learn to read its moods through scent and sound, the soft hiss like a sleeping tide. Vintners, too, speak of terroir in microbial terms, the local yeasts bending grapes toward flavor. Fermentation is chemistry, yes, but it is also choreography. Fungi moving sugars toward nourishment and delight, one invisible breath at a time. Mushrooms have inspired entire genres of art. From embroidered folk motifs to gilded botanical guides, fungi have crept from forest floors onto canvas, cloth, and page. Their forms are irresistible, domes and frills, gills like cathedral vaults, stems rising with dancer-like poise. Art Nouveau borrowed their curves, botanical illustrators chased subtle hues, ceramists glazed caps in rain-washed sheen. Modern designers riff on ribbed geometries beneath caps to create lamps, domes, and lattice screens. Photographers go low to the ground to capture bioluminescent halos, turning night woods into constellations. Even children's books draw on the fairy tale aura of mushrooms, symbols of surprise, doors to luminous miniature worlds. Their appeal is more than visual. Mushrooms are metaphors for emergence, for hidden worlds revealed only when conditions are right. Art keeps returning to them because they are alien and familiar, a language of forms whispering, "Look closer." Some mushrooms can even sing, if only we could hear. Fungi have no mouths, yet researchers recording ultra-sensitive signals have detected faint click-like bursts as mushrooms grow and mycelium shifts fluids and pressure in their tissues. Whether this is true song or tiny biomechanical sighs is still unknown, but to sense it is enchanting. A hidden symphony playing in the quiet forest, a reminder that even in stillness, life is in motion, communicating in ways we are only beginning to notice. A forest broadcasting at frequencies we rarely notice. In laboratories, scientists measure electrical pulses flowing through mycelial threads, rhythmic spikes that speed up, slow down, cluster like syllables. Artists translate these patterns into sound, turning fungal pulses into ambient music that rises and falls with humidity, light, or touch. Listen long enough and you begin to imagine a choir beneath the soil. Signals coordinating growth, resource sharing, or stress responses. Like a heartbeat setting the tempo for a body, these clicks remind us that living structures have a rhythm, and the mushroom's rhythm is patient, precise, eternal. Some fungi live inside rocks. In deserts so dry that wind seems to polish the bones of the world, life retreats into stone. Endolithic fungi tuck themselves into mineral pores, thin as hair and tough as old rope, surviving temperature swings and water that arrives as rumor rather than rain. In Antarctica's dry valleys, they haunt translucent quartz, sipping the dim, filtered light that slips a few millimeters deep. Their chemistry is pragmatic and ancient. Acids nibble minerals, pigments buffer radiation, metabolism slows to a faint ember, ready to flare when meltwater returns. To call it resilience is too blunt. Life here is ingenious. Open a stone and you may find not emptiness, but a city of filaments. a reminder that life's frontier often begins just beneath the skin of the world.
Some mushrooms turn ants into zombies. An ant wanders under a leaf, and a spore releases a single seed of a fungus that knows its host intimately. Inside, the fungus threads through muscles, sparing the brain just enough to steer behavior. Compelled by chemistry, the ant climbs to a perfect height, bites down in a death grip, and freezes. Then the fruiting stalk emerges, breaking the exoskeleton like a dark flower, releasing spores over the forest path below. Horror reduced to evolutionary logic. Nature does not moralize, it strategizes. And here, strategy is choreography, a climb, a bite, a stillness, a dispersal. Cordyceps fungi burst from insect bodies. They are gothic poets of the fungal world, turning small dramas into strange, still lives. A caterpillar becomes a pedestal. A beetle transforms into soil for a slim orange spear. A spider, arrested mid-pose, sprouts delicate antlers. Each species is specialized, honed over millions of years. Beneath the surface, enzymes soften, chitin threads fill hollows, the body remapped from within until the fungus steps into light to fruit. Unsettling because it blurs categories, animal into architecture, parasite into gardener. Yet cordyceps return nutrients to the forest and regulate insect populations, an ecological balance written in eerie sculpture. To notice one is to be repelled and transfixed, reminded that survival often wears forms we can only admire after the first shiver passes. Some mushrooms look like tiny bird nests. Kneel in damp leaf litter, and a thimble-sized cup cradles glossy eggs, peridioles, ready for a rain-driven ride. When a drop falls, it strikes the cup just right, splashing the spores outward like pebbles from a sling. A sticky cord helps them latch onto twigs or fur, hitchhiking to new ground. Perfect physics, bold geometry, scaled to raindrops. Whole nurseries operate silently at the forest floor level, fairy tale forms executed with mathematical grace. Each rainstorm is a drum roll for the next generation. Others look like fingers reaching from the soil. In shaded corners, blunt black clubs push up like half-remembered hands. Dead man's fingers, Xylaria polymorpha, blue-gray at first, aging darker. Elsewhere, coral fungi lift pale branching antlers, delicate chandeliers. Gestural, beckoning forms, yet designed purely to shed spores efficiently. The macabre names are our projection, our tendency to find ourselves in everything. Look longer and the theater quiets. These fingers are wood recyclers, mapping where a tree once stood, rising and weathering back to husks, while the mycelium beneath persists, patient as bedrock. A reminder, much of life can be hidden and still be its truest part. Some mushrooms are covered in slime. Gleaming caps bead with rain and resin. In some species, the sheen retains moisture, protecting tender tissues from drying winds. In others, stinkhorns, the slime wears a different mask, foul, sugary, mimicking decay to draw flies. Beauty and horror, strategy and chemistry coexist in these glossy, gelatinous forms. They land, feed, and leave wearing spores like dusting powder on their feet, a taxi service paid in trickery. To us, slime reads as a warning. To mushrooms, it is a toolkit, hydration layer, raincoat, perfume, billboard. Touch one and your fingertips come away tacky, a
tactile memo that the forest is built on function before aesthetics. Even gloss has a job to do. Mushrooms can be bright blue, purple, or pink. Some mornings the forest forgets its earth tones. Indigo milkcaps bleed blue. Amethyst deceivers scatter jewel-bright petals among brown leaves. Waxcaps rise in sherbet pinks and citrus yellows across old meadows. Color serves many purposes: pigments that shield from light, antioxidants, signals to insects, or chemistry riding along with other traits. To stumble on a cobalt cap under moss or a violet stem against russet oak is to feel a small jolt of disbelief, like finding a tropical fish in a puddle. The fungal palette reminds us that forests are not monochrome. They are stained glass windows laid flat, lit from above by cloud light, painted from below by the quiet chemistry of the soil. Fungi survive in the harshest deserts. In the dry silence where plants curl into thorns and animals vanish into burrows, fungi persist. Some hide in cryptic forms within rocks, shielded from wind and sun. Others cloak themselves in lichens, partnering with algae or cyanobacteria to form living skins across stone. These partnerships produce food from sunlight, while fungi provide shelter and moisture storage. Even in the Atacama Desert, one of the driest places on Earth, scientists find fungi quietly clinging to salt crystals and mineral veins, surviving on fleeting mists and dew. Their resilience is staggering. Extremes of heat, cold, drought, and radiation are mere background conditions. To imagine fungi thriving where almost nothing else can is to see survival stripped to its essence. Life whispers through fungi, even in places we call lifeless, proving again that the boundaries of possibility are far wider than we dream.
Mushrooms once fed the dinosaurs. When dinosaurs thundered through prehistoric forests, fungi were there, breaking down wood, recycling matter, and sometimes feeding the giants directly. Fossil evidence suggests that mushrooms sprouted abundantly in the Cretaceous, growing in soils rich with decaying vegetation. Some may have been grazed by herbivores alongside ferns and conifers, their fruiting bodies plucked like snacks. Others partnered with roots, sustaining forests that dinosaurs depended on. Imagine a sauropod stretching its neck across a swampy clearing, the ground beneath dotted with mushrooms the size of dinner plates. In a world without flowering plants, fungi were already recycling nutrients, keeping the cycle of life spinning. They were both food and infrastructure, feeding individuals and maintaining ecosystems. Even giants walked on the quiet foundations fungi wove. Fossil fungi date back over 400 million years. Bones and shells dominate the fossil record, but mushrooms leave softer traces, rare and delicate. Still, impressions and mineralized remains stretch back into the Devonian period, capturing filaments and spores frozen in ancient sediments. Even microfossils preserve partnerships, proof that fungi were collaborating with plants to colonize bare rock and build soil. Holding a piece of stone carrying the ghost of a fungus that lived before forests, before insects took to the air, before most life left the sea, is humbling. Fungi are not side players, they are primeval architects at the very birth of the terrestrial world. The oldest fossil fungus is nearly 1 billion years old. In the Canadian Arctic, scientists discovered a fossilized network of filaments so ancient it stretches the imagination, nearly 1 billion years old. These are among the earliest multicellular organisms ever found, predating plants by hundreds of millions of years.
Preserved in shale, the filaments reveal fungi experimenting with complex forms long before forests existed, perhaps even before animals evolved. They suggest fungi helped prepare Earth for later life, weathering rocks and recycling nutrients in oceans and on land. To picture a billion-year-old fungus is to confront time on a scale beyond comprehension. These were organisms thriving in a world utterly alien to ours, yet their descendants still fruit in our gardens and kitchens. Every mushroom we see today carries echoes of these ancient pioneers. Mushrooms can form perfect geometric patterns. When they fruit, mushrooms sometimes arrange themselves in arcs, spirals, even complete circles. These shapes emerge naturally from the way a mycelium expands underground. As it grows, the network exhausts nutrients at the center and pushes outward, sprouting mushrooms at the advancing edge. From above, the patterns look almost designed, as if geometry itself had risen from the earth. Spirals echo the mathematics of growth found in shells and sunflowers, where efficiency dictates form. To stumble upon such a pattern in a meadow is to feel hidden order surface, nature sketching diagrams in living ink. These patterns remind us that beauty often arises not from intention, but from process, the physics of expansion, the flow of nutrients, the silent hand of time. Mushrooms are mathematicians too, etching quiet symmetries beneath the forest canopy. Not all spores drift aimlessly in the wind. Some are designed to hitch rides, spiky, sticky, or wrapped in hooks that cling to the legs, wings, or fur of passing insects. Insects become unwitting couriers, scattering spores to territories far beyond the reach of air alone. Certain fungi take this partnership further, attracting insects with sugary exudates or glowing signals, ensuring close contact. Others grow precisely on flowers or leaves where pollinators brush past. Why rely on chance when you can recruit travelers already moving across the landscape? For the insect, the exchange is invisible. For the fungus, survival extends through wings, legs, and restless wanderings. The forest is full of these silent exchanges where movement is currency and spores ride like passengers boarding flights into the unknown. Fungi are the recyclers of the world, breaking down dead leaves, wood, and organic matter into simpler forms, but they do more than release nutrients. They lock them in place. Mycelium binds soil particles together, preventing phosphorus, nitrogen, and carbon from washing away. In forests, this creates a living sponge beneath the surface, tucking nutrients safely into pockets until roots need them. Without fungi, soils would quickly lose fertility, leaving plants malnourished. Even in agriculture, fungi act as both recyclers and guardians, invisible custodians of soil health, maintaining the quiet balance that supports forests and fields alike. Mycelium is not just a network for itself, but for others. Bacteria travel along fungal threads like highways, spreading through soil more efficiently. In return, some bacteria share nutrients or aid the fungus, forming miniature partnerships. The underground becomes a bustling metropolis of highways, junctions, and exchanges, invisible yet vital. To imagine soil as empty dirt is a mistake. It is a city thrumming with connections, and fungi, with their endless threads, are the engineers laying down roads for life to travel. Some mushrooms smell exactly like fresh bread. Lift the cap of a freshly picked champ or field mushroom, and you may catch the fragrance of warm, yeasty bread straight from the oven. This aroma comes from volatile compounds also produced by yeasts during fermentation, a chemical handshake linking forest fungi to human kitchens. For foragers, the scent can be a clue to identification. For humans, it feels almost uncanny. Comfort in the middle of the forest, as though the wild and the cultivated had merged. Other mushrooms release perfumes reminiscent of cinnamon, anise, or licorice. A sweet toadstool exudes the scent of anise, while certain milk caps smell distinctly of cinnamon. These aromas are more than pleasant, they are strategy, attracting insects or animals, encouraging them to brush against spores and carrying life onward. These aromas come from compounds identical or similar to those in spices themselves. For humans, the discovery feels magical, walking through damp woods only to stumble upon the scent of a spice drawer. But for the fungi, these scents are functional, signals to attract insects or ward off predators. Their chemistry is survival, even if it registers to us as delight. Mycologists often bend low to inhale these secret signatures, reading the invisible language of the forest. Each aroma is a note in a symphony, fleeting yet unmistakable, a reminder that mushrooms are chemists as much as recyclers, distilling air into fragrances we carry long after leaving the woods.
Mushrooms can absorb and store water like living sponges. When rain falls, some swell rapidly, sometimes doubling their weight overnight. Their tissues, composed of chitin and specialized cells, act as reservoirs, soaking up moisture with astonishing efficiency. But this water is not just for the mushroom. Slowly, it seeps back into surrounding soil, creating microhabitats for insects, mosses, and seedlings. In this way, mushrooms are more than fruiting bodies. They are vessels of rainfall, regulating humidity and sustaining life far beyond themselves. Rain captured, stored, and shared, survival transformed into generosity. Some fungi glow continuously for days, painting the night with their own greenish light. Unlike fireflies that flash briefly, these bioluminescent mushrooms shine patiently, powered by the chemical dance of luciferin and luciferase. Scientists believe the glow attracts insects, spreading spores farther than the wind could carry. Imagine walking through a rainforest, ferns brushing your legs, and clusters of mushrooms glowing softly like embers scattered across the forest floor. Steady, patient, comforting. A quiet reminder that life does not sleep when the sun goes down. For centuries, travelers called it foxfire or fairy fire. Today, we know the chemistry, but the magic endures. Fungi painting the dark with a light that seems to rise from the earth itself. For millennia, mushrooms have been central to human ceremony and spiritual practice. In Mesoamerica, the Aztecs revered Teana cattle, flesh of the gods, used in rituals to bridge the human and divine. In Siberia, shamans consumed the iconic red and white Amanita muscaria to seek visions and altered states. Across Africa, Asia, and the Americas, mushrooms appear in healing ceremonies, fertility rites, and initiations, treated as portals to wisdom. These traditions recognize what science increasingly confirms. Mushrooms live between life and decay, dark and light, seen and unseen. Today, modern research explores their potential to ease anxiety, depression, and existential fear. Across continents and centuries, mushrooms have been not merely food or poison, but guides, symbols of mystery and transcendence, opening doors to worlds both within and beyond ourselves. Certain mushrooms can launch their spores into the air. Most rely on wind or rain, but some have mastered extraordinary mechanics. In inky caps and puffballs, pressure builds until spores erupt in smoky bursts. Others, like Pilobolus, go further, shooting spores several meters with explosive force. Tiny sacs swell with tension, then rupture in an instant, sending microscopic cannonballs soaring. To the naked eye, it is invisible, but under a microscope, it looks like fireworks in miniature. Each launch ensures the next generation escapes the shadow of the parent, landing on open ground ready to thrive. The forest, when seen at the fungal scale, is alive with clouds, bursts, and leaps, silent projectiles carrying life forward. What seems still is actually motion, invisible, ceaseless, miraculous motion.
The fastest movement in the living world belongs to a fungus. Speed records usually belong to cheetahs or mantis shrimp, yet this Pilobolus spore accelerates faster than a bullet, reaching over 20 meters per second. For something smaller than a fingernail, the journey can exceed 2 meters, more than 100 times its own height. It lands on fresh grass, ready to hitch a ride in an unsuspecting grazer's mouth, traveling onward. The fastest motion in biology, then, is quiet, humble, and green, a testament that power often hides in overlooked corners. Some mushrooms resemble coral or sea creatures. In the forest floor, coral fungi rise in branching patterns that echo ocean reefs, pale white, fiery orange, or rose red. Forking and twisting into miniature underwater landscapes, they transpose the sea onto land. These forms are not whimsy, they are efficient growth strategies, maximizing surface area for spore dispersal. Yet in that efficiency lies beauty. Delicate as lace, thick as bone, each branch an echo of life's repeated forms. Coral in the ocean, fungi on the forest floor, both architects, both sculptors. To see them is to witness a language older than reef or forest, a design repeating itself across worlds. Others resemble tiny umbrellas or parasols. In damp meadows after rain, delicate mushrooms rise, caps spreading like translucent paper, glowing softly when backlit by sunlight. They last only a day or two, their beauty as fleeting as morning dew. Yet in their brief existence, they inspire wonder. Parasol mushrooms serve both function and fantasy, protecting gills beneath while lifting spores into the air. Evolution has shaped them into icons, instantly recognizable across cultures. Children draw them, fairy tales embellish them, scientists study their mechanics. They are ephemeral, yes, but unforgettable, symbols of the fungal kingdom rising anew with every storm. Fungi may also hold the key to carbon capture. In a world struggling with excess CO2, mycorrhizal fungi partner with trees, channeling sugars from leaves into deep soils where carbon can be stored for centuries. Some produce compounds that resist decay, locking carbon in stable forms. Encouraging these networks could transform forests and soils into powerful carbon sinks, turning fungal networks into quiet, invisible allies in the fight against climate change. Life, it seems, works best in partnership, between fungi and trees, between the ground and the air, between survival and imagination. Imagine climate change countered not only with machines, but with living systems, threads invisible to the eye, weaving carbon back into the earth. In the quiet work of fungi lies a patient ally, reminding us that solutions may already be under our feet, waiting to be recognized.
Mushrooms could help terraform other planets. If humans one day reach Mars or beyond, fungi may be among our most trusted companions. Their resilience allows them to break down rock into soil, produce food, and recycle waste in closed environments. Some tolerate radiation and low gravity, making them ideal partners in life support systems. Mycelium could even form living construction materials, lightweight, strong, and biodegradable. Structures grown rather than built. Scientists imagine fungal biodomes, habitats cultivated rather than manufactured, echoing Earth's history when fungi prepared land for plants hundreds of millions of years ago. Once pioneers of this world, they could become pioneers of others. Humanity may never leave Earth alone. Fungi may weave the foundations of our new worlds just as they did this one. Without fungi, life on Earth would falter. Forests would choke on their own litter. Soils would lose nutrients and cycles of decay and renewal would halt. Most plants could not absorb enough nutrients to survive, and without plants, animals, including humans, would starve.
Even the oxygen we breathe relies on fungal partnerships that sustain the ecosystems producing it. Fungi are recyclers, partners, healers, quiet engineers of Earth. They work unseen, yet their absence would be catastrophic. Every meal, every breath, every green landscape exists because fungi balance the system. Mushrooms are not side characters, they are the foundation. Without them, the stage of life would be empty. And so we drift to the end of our quiet journey through the kingdom of mushrooms. From glowing lanterns in the night forest, to spores riding invisible winds above cities, to fungal networks older than forests themselves, we've wandered a world at once hidden and essential, fragile and indestructible. Mushrooms remind us that life is not always loud or visible. Much of the work of this planet is carried out in silence beneath our feet, in threads so fine they slip through stone. Fungi teach patience, resilience, and transformation. They recycle death into life, store water for the thirsty, feed giants and insects alike, and whisper to plants through underground networks. Without them, there would be no bread rising in ovens, no forests climbing skyward, no balance in Earth's endless cycles. As these thoughts settle, imagine the slow pulse of mycelium beneath you, a heartbeat of soil, steady and calm. Imagine spores drifting like stardust, carrying possibility into every corner of the air. Imagine the glow of mushrooms in the dark, quiet beacons reminding you that even in shadow, life continues to shine. This is the comfort of science told slowly. The world is stranger, richer, and more interconnected than we can ever fully see. By pausing to notice, we glimpse the extraordinary in the ordinary. If you've enjoyed this journey, drift through more worlds of curiosity and wonder. Like, subscribe, and share your thoughts to help our little community of dreamers and science lovers grow. But for now, there is nothing more you need to do. Let the story of mushrooms fade like the last light of day, leaving only calmness behind. If sleep comes, let it carry you gently. If you are still awake, stay, listen again, or let the next video continue your voyage into the quiet wonders of the universe. Rest well, and remember, the world is full of hidden marvels. Sometimes they rise overnight like mushrooms after rain. Sometimes they have been waiting for you all along, beneath the surface. Good night.